Hey there everyone, it's Nikki Starcat. I am offering this video training on channeled writing. It came up in a session with some of my clients in my group program, The Sacred Path for Writers, and I offered to do a video for them about how to do channeled writing, and then I thought I would share it with the rest of you who have been cool enough to sign up for my email list and thus may have an interest in this, so I hope it benefits you. So how to do channeled writing. First, it's important to set up some kind of sacred space for yourself, some kind of container. This can be as simple as setting an intention that the information that you channel through you is going to be for the highest good of all involved. Boom, that's as simple as it needs to be. You can also be a little more formal, maybe if you cast a circle or you sit in front of an altar or shrine or you go someplace in nature that you feel is really sacred. You can burn a candle or some sage or incense if that's your pleasure. Something that just says that you are going into this non-linear space and time to access this information. Really make this sacred space special for yourself. Remember that when you tap into your senses, you're tapping into your younger self, and your younger self is what connects you, your conscious mind, with your deep self, the source point where you're connected to this non-physical wisdom. So in order to connect with that younger self, you can play some soothing music. You can have some crystals or flowers to gaze at nearby. You can have a special journal or pen that you use for this intention. Just think of things that really please the senses. As I said earlier, burning some kind of scent that really feels delicious and special to you. Some people are allergic to some of that stuff. Most of you can do like the really pure essential oils, even if you have allergies to other fragrances. So maybe spraying some pure essential oil that's your favorite kind as you're about to do your channeled writing. The second step that's really important is to get yourself really relaxed. I like to take a shower or a bath first. I prefer showers to baths, but some people love their soaking time. But just something to get your body relaxed. Take some deep centering breaths. Maybe do it after yoga or meditation if you do those things. Choose a place where you won't be disturbed for a while. If you have a family, say, okay, I'm going in my room, I'm going to do this thing for a little while. Don't disturb me. Turn off your phone, that sort of thing. You can either do your channeled writing longhand, writing in a journal, or you can type it. Now, there are pros and cons to both. Writing in your journal is very sensory, right? And it can really help you get into the flow of just letting it flow out as you write. On the other hand, typing enables you to capture those ideas that are coming through faster. And I find a lot of times it's too fast for my hand to do, so that kind of stresses me out if I'm trying to write it in my journal. So I like to type. If you're lucky enough, like I was, to take touch typing, where you don't have to look at your hands when you type, close your eyes. I love doing that. Closing my eyes just takes away a whole layer of that conscious mind and just allows me to let the information and wisdom flow through, and I find that really helpful. So if you can do that, go for it. If you can't, don't worry about it. I find it's very helpful to formulate a pointed question to start with, and it should be a question, something that you're interested in and passionate about. When you bring that connection to your heart forth, that's going to help you connect more strongly to the wisdom that might be hidden from you or is from a non-physical place. So come up with a really pointed question or something that's interesting to you or something you really want to know about deeply. Think about who you're asking to receive this wisdom from. Now, this is going to depend a lot on your beliefs, your background, what causes you joy. I want you to make it feel both safe and inspiring. So it might be the god or goddess, an angel, your muses, your ancestors, a spirit guide, someone you know who's crossed over. I had this really dear friend named Jen Giroux, and I have a picture of her to show you today. This is my friend Jen, and she died in 2013 of cancer, and she knew that she was dying and surrounded herself with a community of friends. And I was actually there when she passed, and it was very, very profoundly, and again, goosebumps just talking about it, it's like very profoundly special to me. So when I first tried channeled writing, I talked to Jen and asked her for her wisdom, and she was there helping me. Now there's a whole question is, was it really her? To me, that doesn't matter. It's the source that matters. It's the wisdom. So that's part of what I also suggest is use your imagination. If you have some doubts or you aren't sure that you fully believe in this process, just remember that it's the wisdom that you receive that's the most important thing, not the source. As long as you're in the sacred space, you've said that, it's for the highest good of all, let it come through. It doesn't matter if it's coming from your subconscious mind or actually from the being that you're trying to access. You may get some confirmation of that later. You may never know. That's why it's called the mysteries. But if you let that flow through from the mysteries, chances are you're going to get something really good that's going to help you. What you can do to use your imagination is you can put yourself mentally in a particular setting. Like if you have this particular place you go to in your mind when you visualize, or when you, one yoga teacher that I had suggested we have like a sanctuary in our mind that we could go to in meditation. And so I have this beautiful round room with bookshelves and meditation cushions. And so if you have something like that, or a nature place that you love, you can set yourself up, get into that vibe. You can also find a guided meditation or prompts that can help you get into that place where you're in your imagination, you're ready to let things flow. Remember, you're relaxed. That's key too. I would say don't expect yourself to be perfect at this the first time or even the first few times. Do several practice sessions to kind of get into the groove of it and to see what works best for you. It's really very individual. Some people might love to burn a candle and some incense, and others might find the smell like super distracting or overwhelming. It just really depends on individual preference, and that's true for any of the variables. So practice and play around with this. I would also say let it be light. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to make this be the be all, end all wisdom from above. I mean, let it be a relationship that you're establishing with this channel. It really is like a relationship. Sometimes you're going to go and sit down and do channeling. Even after you've been doing it for a while, you're like, I'm going to do some channeled writing, and you're so excited, and you go and sit down, and you might get nothing. Maybe there's just something off. Maybe you ate something that didn't agree with you. Maybe like the spirit is busy. I mean, we don't know. Again, the mysteries. So it's not going to work the same every time, but if you can get yourself into a practiced setting where you know that it's conducive for you to channel that wisdom, then do that. Time of day also can be variable for people. Like some people are more in tune in the morning and more connected when they wake up. Others are night people and get more into it once the sun goes down, and maybe when the moon's phases could influence this too. When the moon's shining, you might be like, woo, I'm filled with that cosmic energy, I'm ready to go. So pay attention to those types of cycles as well as you dive into this. Okay, this has been a video training for you, my clients and beloved community members, on how to do channeled writing. If you have any questions or comments, just reply to the email where you received this video and I'll be happy to help you out with it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nikki Starcat Shields. You can find me at nikkistarcatshields.com. Blessings.